Last Tribe originally started out as 3 friends who had played in various different bands and pulled together after high school to do their own thing. Dave Ramey, Pete Jameson, and John Smith hit the area clubs as Last Tribe, with a few original songs and cover tunes to fill out the set list. But more and more, the original music kept coming, and an additional guitar player was needed to meet their musical potential. It was at that time Dave brought Rick Davalier into the Tribe. The band wasn't entirely focused on making it in the world of rock and roll until Mark Davison stepped in to manage the group. Mark's first day on the job was at a taping for a TKR Earth Day program in 1990, where Last Tribe sat in and did an acoustical version of People of the Dawn. Since then, Mark has dedicated himself to Last Tribe full-time, leaving a successful restaurant business behind.
I think sometimes in the middle of the night I wake up in a cold sweat. You know, I had a bad dream or something. Because it's been rough, you know. But I'm sacrificing money for happiness. And I'm being around Last Tribe, being around the 4 guys, really makes me happy.
Sometimes the news on making it can be bleak and seem like more than a long shot. The March 1992 edition of Spy magazine ran a story about the music industry coming out of the hands of people who care about what they produce and into the hands of big businessmen, whose only concern is the bottom line, referring to them as bean counters, where you must produce your music their way to fit into the commercial mold.
Some producer walks along and says, hey, we like you guys, but you got to kick your guy out of the band, you got to write the song this way, and all of a sudden you're not the band anymore. You're the little package that they wanted, and that's really the way this industry is really full of, I don't know. I don't know what you'd call it, and you just got to kind of wade through that because there's a lot of great people in this industry as well. And you find those people, and you work together, but just stick to your guns.
So we're an honest band. We're not up there posing. We're writing songs about things that affect us every day. I mean, I'm sure every musician will say that you do that, but like a lot of bands just don't, to me, put across an honest image. You know, there's a lot of garbage. You know, like a lot of theatrics, a lot of production involved with it all, and we're just all basically good musicians who were trying to show everybody that we're good musicians and that we have something to say.
See, unfortunately, I'm cursed because it's like if you do this because you really love it, you don't really have any choice. It's like I tell people that want to get into the music business, you got to be crazy to do it. You know, you really do. And you have to be cursed with it to where, you know, you don't have any other choice. Like, I'm not going to be happy in my life doing anything else.
In the beginning, we had to change our strategy many times. You know, at first we just went for the label. You know, we figured you just make a demo tape, you play around for 6 months, you get signed, you have a record deal, but it's not like that. You know, they make you work for it. And you just got to believe in yourself, because at one point we got very confused. We started changing what we were doing to fit the record companies. But then it got even more confusing. You just got to stick to what you believe in, and things are going to turn out right. And now everything's coming to a T. We're back to the way we were doing things in the beginning, and it's starting to come together again, you know. Just never go off the track, you know, stay on your own track.
Promoting Last Tribe and their music is the key to it all. Mark works every day out of his basement office, booking gigs, talking with record companies, and putting together press kits, which include a band photo, tape, and clippings of articles about the band. Mark also compiles a newsletter to fans all over the Northeast, keeping them abreast of upcoming shows and band happenings. Everyone involved in the band makes sacrifices to keep it going and to keep the music out there.
I see it's becoming very successful, you know. One thing I noticed about our music is that it can cross over the boundary of, you know, labels and categories. You know, we're not just an alternative band. We're not just classic rock. You know, we've had metal people like us. We've had people into just alternative music like us. And I think we can be a band that's going to cross over all those boundaries.
No matter what it is, man, if you're a mechanic or a comedian or a rock band, you gotta play out in front of an audience, and it just happens like one day you just evolve and you become professional. And you could just tell when you look at the group on stage that they're comfortable where they are. And that was the second most important thing, is to get them to work.
You have to go in and attack every show like there's 10,000 people and you're in the garden. You can't like make an exception and not really get into it or something because there's only a few people there or something like that. You have to go into it with just as much fervor
The band is loading up for a showcase in New York City, where record companies can see Last Tribe in action. Quick stop for gas, hop over the George Washington Bridge, and Last Tribe's next stop is at CBGB's Unplug in New York City, where groups like The Police, The Ramones, and Living Colour got their start. There's not much time to set up because they're not the only band on the bill. During sound check, the sound man was slipped an extra $30 from a band fund to ensure good sound tonight. Mark worked hard to get 15 labels to attend, and now it's the band's turn.
I don't sit down and struggle to come up with lyrics or music. It just comes very naturally. I know, and me and Rick, since we started working together, have found like we're a very good team at creating, you know. And our best thing has been Rick coming up with some music, and I'll put the words and the melody line over it, you know. It's just good. You work with as a team, and you learn what works and what doesn't work, and you know, that's it. It just comes very naturally.
Jonathan Levine of the William Morris Agency works with Last Tribe and looks for the quality that they possess in all of his acts.
There's a lot of bands that are signed to deals at labels that basically don't tour, can't tour, aren't live bands, and since my business is the live business, I look for a band that not only has a show, but a band that can get out there, hoof it on their own, and start building a following from the ground floor up.
Last Tribe's music is at the top of many college radio charts, right up there with the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana, and have been offered an independent record deal, with 2 major labels showing interest in the band. But at the moment, Last Tribe will continue to make sacrifices and the music.
Sometimes I don't even know why I do it, but I just can't answer that. I just love music, and I just love performing, and, you know, it's just like a part of me that I can't, you know, deny.
If you want to do it and you feel you've got that something special and you just feel that great feeling when you're there, go for it, try it, and get a manager. You can't do it on your own.
It's never really one person who's totally responsible. It's not the one guy in the band, or it's not the manager. It's a collective effort by the band members, the manager, the road crew, Sean and Tom, and Dan Weinstein, our artist, who has done every flyer, banner, logo, and our producer, who's like done every song we've ever done on tape. It's never one person, it's a group effort.
For Eye on Rockland, this has been Sean Donellan reporting.